welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So this was a really thorough viewer request, and I always say it, if you want me to cover tickers, shoot them in the comments, let me know, and I do my best to get as many as I can, all right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to look at 8 tickers on this one. Again, I'm going to go relatively fast, but it should be thorough. If there's any questions, just shoot them in the comments, all right? So first one we're going to start with is UAMY, all right? And look, you hear me say it all the time. If you can break all 5 moving averages, you will fly, all right? And hey, this stock knows how to do it. And I mean, knows how to do it and continue, right? It also, for sure, if you lose all 5, you'll die. And yeah, we've seen that too. But my goodness, since what, 2024, all this thing has done has been living over the moving averages, right? So I'll say this one more on this view, and then I'll zoom in. So when you escape, there's going to be moments when you lose and you're going to need supports, right? We hit the 100 several times so far. This is the first time since 2024, since we escaped all and flew, that we've hit the 200. So this should be a really strong bounce point, and so far we are seeing it, all right? I'm liking things that are happening down here with the volume, right? You know, it's really important to at least get over this 50-day line, right? This is literally the C student, right? This is the average, the tip of that bell curve thing, right? So I'm not asking for A plus, B minus. No, I'm just, give me a C student. Hey, we've been a good C student for, I would say, at least the last couple weeks. That's basically been this little bounce right here, right? And you can see it. We had some crazy volume. It really brought up the average. Once that went more than 50 days away, volume starts coming back to reality, and this is where things look good, all right? I mentioned this on Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it. Look, I needed to come to the hourly chart. Let me just finish the words and I'll show you what I did. So from here to here, there's not too much information I have, right? Like, I'm going to draw that line right there. We had closed over it already, right? So my question was like, all right, what's the next line I could use? That's way too high. I don't want to use 10 something, right? So what I needed to do was go into the hourly. I zoomed all the way, zoomed all the way, zoomed all the way. And basically in this little range right here, this is a decent candle right here, and something between 9, right? I'm clicking at 890 right here. Something between 9 and like 910, pending your risk reward tolerance. That's basically what I'm looking for, what I need to break so that I could start thinking that 1030 number right there. All right. So for now, I need this thing to get over 9. Yesterday was a good candle. It for sure was, but good candle, no confirmation. Decent candle, no confirmation. Good candle, doji today, right? So the issue has been confirmation. I'm glad we're over the line, but trust me, over the line and breaking the line are two very different things, and that is what we're looking for still, all right? Next one on the list is ALB. I don't really know this one very well, but very nice chart. We just saw it, right? Can't escape, can't escape, can't escape, can't escape. All of a sudden it does, right? And one thing you hear me say, I like when it goes from a resistance to a support. That's a really, really nice thing to have happen, all right? So man, this is a really nice chart here. All I'm really looking at is this thing bouncing on the 8 very, very well. We've barely used the 20 moving average, and though we got close, we still actually even touched the 50 moving average. So this is still a real nice, strong uptrend right here. What's your weekly looking at? Ah, look at this weekly right here. Oops, zoomed in too much there. Give me a sec. That's not bad right here. Look, there's really healthiness going on right here. So I think, let me see what 160 looks like on the, yeah. Okay, so look, the weekly is saying, hey, hopefully we don't go anywhere below 160. I really don't want to go below the top of this last week candle. Maybe we would come back to 154. And the main reason I say maybe is, hey, that's kind of a high RSI on the weekly. And oh, it's not. It was a 73. I thought it was an 83 right there. Either way, it's a high 84 on the weekly. It's a tough break of the moving average, the last one, right? It's tough on the daily. It's tough on the weekly. Maybe what we're going to do is we're going to go above it, come back to it, and then bounce and go, right? I can kind of see that. And as we come back, we would take it maybe down to like a 70 something, right? Otherwise, all we're really like, my only issue with this chart and what makes it a little harder for me, there's a lot of dojis and there's a lot of like gap up dojis, right? So it becomes hard for me to use chart. Like this is the strongest candle right here. It's this one right here. And I see this 158 right here, which kind of matches that 160 behind it. Hopefully, we never lose the 8 moving average. Hopefully, this never goes below 166. And realistically, with a 73 RSI, all we're really trying to do is break 177 and continue on up, right? Are we in all-time highs? We're not. Let's draw some lines. Where are we to that? Yeah, look, we're basically, I see a bottom, I see a bottom, I see a bottom. It makes sense that this 181 is a tough line right here. Looks like a top right there. From there, the next line I would pick is probably that little peak. Yeah, you see, I see a peak, a drop, a drop, a peak, right? I would see 181 and 198 just under 200 being the next two lines, all right? Maybe we can actually do that between now and next week. When's earnings? It's still a month away. We don't have to worry about earnings. Yeah, look, I think that's my thoughts. Either we're going to go up to both of these lines or we're going to come back down to that 162, 155 range. I think that's my 1-2 here. But hey, this is a beautiful chart for sure. I don't know this one well, but that's a lovely move right there. SGML, let's take a look at this one real quick. I like this. I'm seeing a fresh escape and attempt to fly. There hasn't been a lot of great back-to-back candles, right? Good candle, no confirmation. That's probably the best 1-2 right there. Barely over the 8 and a decent one over there, but even that kind of came back, which is a little interesting. Volume's been an issue, right? We haven't consistently been over that 50-day line right there, but man, all I'm really seeing is this thing holding the 8 and the 20 really, really well right there. I don't like the downward MACD and RSI, right? I like the divergence to go up. I want the green line to go up, but I would easily say as long as this doesn't lose 1350, I'm actually still bullish. I still see an escape attempt and trying to use the 8 and the 20 to go over. Where are we on the weekly? Yeah, I mean, look, it's a tough little weekly, but it's actually done better on the weekly. That's a good escape. That's an interesting doji, and that's a nice back-to-back right there, right? So I feel like we have. It's just been a little tough to get to the 200, but this thing is saying we should go to 1940. It's a good MACD. It's still a healthy RSI. Volume's been good. I think if you're patient enough, 1940 in a couple weeks actually seems realistic. Just don't lose the 8 and the 20. Again, I see this big bad candle right here. I do, right? But one more time, just don't lose this line right here. 1353 is what I'm clicking on, but 1350 is what I don't want to lose. And essentially that would be, you know, a candle under the 20 and then hopefully don't confirm and go back up, right? But yeah, I dig this one. It's a lithium one. So this wasn't part of the viewer request, but I'm going to throw in LAC. Look, if you're looking at lithium, you have to look at this ticker only because the US has an investment in this thing. It happened right here. And give or take, we're still in that investment window, right? I don't know exactly where the close was. I don't know if the US closed down here in the 3s or if it actually happened somewhere in the 5s with this candle, but we're still in that same 5s. And give me, like, again, I said it earlier on a different stock. There was a big hype from the US buy. It's now been more than 50 days since that's happened. Volume is now coming back to reality. And this is where we can start doing good things against average volume, right? So I'm very much watching this. I think we're already over 50% candle. And we're basically at the top of this. That's the line right there. Get me over 601. I'll set an alert at 602. I'll start thinking 1716 after that. And again, this is a US ticker, INTC. Intel is a US ticker, and it basically went to from the 20s to the 40s, right? So it's hard to imagine LAC not doing that same thing, right? Not quite apples to apples. For sure, chips are more important than lithium, right? But you get the picture, right? So LAC, keep that one in your back pocket. ABAT, I will tell you right now, I am wildly frustrated with this one. I did get stopped out. I didn't want to go below this line. Where was my line? I think it was probably somewhere right here. I think 490 is probably where I got stopped out. I got in around here. I wanted to see escape. Look, in a lot of ways, we still haven't lost the 8 moving average, and maybe I got too impatient, but I got a little too tired here. I think if this gets over 536, I'll be back in this thing for sure. All right. ABAT has done really, really well. It has escaped the moving averages and flown. It's gotten big monster volume as well. Right now, did this thing freeze on me? Here we go. Right now, again, the monster volume has been more than 50 days away. The volume average is kind of coming back to reality, and this is where we can hopefully start breaking that and getting way more volume than we want. It's been tough to get over that line. There's nothing more I can say. I still like this weekly. I don't know why the RSI is doing that. I don't know the math behind these lines, but that's a good candle last week, and so far that's still a very interesting doji this week. So hey, lab, this is an alert, right? Not all alerts are an immediate buy notification. It's a come check it out. We are in live hours, right? But this is still a check it out next week. I mean, maybe I can lower the line a little bit to 522. I think that's a considerable entry if you're looking at this view right here, but yeah, get me over 536. ABAT, I was for sure watching what looked like a nice escape. I saw the MACD and the RSI starting to get primed right there. I saw volume finally starting to do well against the 50-day line. It was check, check, check. It just couldn't do it, right? And hey, we're not here to force it. That's the one thing you can't do, right? And I say this often, and I'll say it right here. It's not about getting it right. It's about hitting eject, and sometimes it's about hitting eject, realize you hit eject incorrectly, and then re-entering when appropriate, right? So I've made my plans. I've made my strategy. We'll see what happens. But this is one I do regularly watch. This is one I flipped a lot, actually, in 2025. Probably from here on up, but ABAT's a solid one. ABAT is a solid one, all right? Let's take a look at the next one. It's Fury, and this is one that I called out yesterday, all right? I saw this big candle. It ended at a 21% gain, all right? But even though this was the easiest thing to focus on, really what I saw was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full weeks of trying to escape all the moving averages. And if you really look at it, it's about the 100. We basically start oscillating up and down that 100 moving average line right there, that blue line, right? So when 4 of the 5 are too tight, this is what happened. You go to the top, you go to the bottom, go to the top, go to the bottom, right? It is what it is. I loved that we never lost that bottom line. That's actually really, really cool. You know what I mean? So all of that is what made me catch my attention. And look, that's a really, really interesting doji to yesterday's candle, right? You know I love interesting dojis, especially after a candle that breaks 3 moving averages and is trying to escape, right? Volume by no means was as big as yesterday, but hey, it was at least better than the 50-day line, so you know I like that. We still got green over red on both MACD and RSI, and that is still a healthy 64. Where are we here? Where are we here? Oh man, we're like right there. Or yeah, we're just like right there. In the hourly, can I get a nicer? What's your line, dude? We're already over that. Wow. All right. If you're not in, I would arguably say a good break of 73. If 73 can break well, I would then imagine the next place will be 75. You can see maybe even a 77 right in between the top of that and the top of that. There's a nice little gap. And then after 77 is some good trading right there. Look, this is still really healthy. Gold is super hot. It's one to keep an eye on, that's for sure. I like an interesting doji. We can come as low as 66 cents tomorrow, and it actually would still be an interesting ticker, and it still wouldn't be a bad red candle, all right? I don't want to go much lower than 66. Like 64 is way too low, I think. 65 is arguable. Keep me over 66. Like I said, the real goal is just break this 73 pretty well right now, all right? Fury, keep this one on your watch list, especially going into tomorrow, all right? Let's come into AREC, and honestly, this one is giving me ABAT vibes. All right. So I saw this yesterday. I thought that was a really interesting candle yesterday. Again, I don't know why the MACD is going down while this thing is going up, right? I'm not here to pretend I know the math behind these things. That's not what I'm looking at. But I like the MACD. I saw volume get really close to the average line, right? I like this candle. I wanted to start climbing that green, 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 red, red, red. It just couldn't do it, right? We're basically looking to get over, I think this. I think 375. I think I already have it set, but I'll do it. I'm going to go just a couple cents over 375, 376. It's not an immediate buy notification. It's a come check it out, but green, 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 red, red, red can make some nice green, green, green if that hits right here, right? So get me over that line, and I think good things will happen. Here, let me just draw it. I set the alert, but let's just draw it, right? Get me over that right there. Nope, that's too high. Sorry. It's basically that right there, right? That's about 50% of that candle. It's more than the top of this candle, right? So 72, 73, I went with 76. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Even if you disagree, arguably saving the best for last, all right? This is a stock that we talked about a lot on the Discord. And man, this thing is a beast. All right, it did break all and fly. It caught itself on the 100 moving average. We still have, let's go back to ALB. I don't know if it's a fair comparison to make these two or not, but was it ALB? No, maybe it was SGML. Damn, I forgot which one it was. Regardless, let me just say the words I want to say. This is really nice, all right? I don't like the way we lost the 50, like, hot knife through butter, but the 100 held really, really well. We've seen this thing bouncing on the 8 and the 20 really, really well. And at this point, it's starting to kind of make me believe it wants to bounce on the 8 and the 20 again. Because look, right? We did it very, very well. We actually started to do it too well. Volume became an issue. All of a sudden, we're basically right back to where the line used to be. And this is where we were able to really thrive with volume and all that, right? So that's a good MACD. Yeah, 78's a little high on the RSI, but that's an interesting doji with a nice green, 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 red, red, red right there, right? 25 does seem realistic, and I think more than anything, this is a nice weekly. This weekly is making me think, are we gonna try to go for something around 33 if good things hit? Earnings isn't too close away either. So this could have a couple good weeks of trading before earnings starts to become a factor. But UUUU talked about this one a lot on the Discord, and this one is a nice one. All right. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Even if you disagree, yo, I appreciate you so, so much.